Hi, I'm Mike Regan, and in this week's 2-Minute Warning, we've got news about the economy from our friend Gary Shilling, and we also have some important information about CSA scores. Ever since we've made that predictable surprise presentation available to our viewers, I've gotten some interesting questions. The single biggest question I've gotten deals with our projections regarding the future of rate increases. Specifically, in the predictable surprise presentation, which is available at transact.com along with a great infographic, we highlighted the fact that carriers were likely to pass through rate increases of 5 to 7% a year for the next couple of years to cover the additional cost of operating trucks. Well, some of you have gotten back and said, Mike, we're seeing more traditional increases of 2, 3, 4%. Were your predictions wrong? Folks, they weren't wrong, because one of the things we highlighted was that these rate increases would be subject to the wild card, and that wild card is what's going on with the economy. Now, it's with that thought in mind that I'm really excited to tell you that we have a new on-the-record interview with our friend and noted economist, Gary Shilling. He talks about what you should expect to see in 2016. Now, for those of you who are real busy, let me give you a real thumbnail Cliff Note sketch. You're looking at GDP growth of around 2%, and Gary is also talking about what the Fed is likely to do with rate hikes. I don't want to spoil it for you. You simply need to go to transact.com and download our on-the-record interview with Gary Shilling. Now, one final thing I want to talk to you about is that the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, the FMCSA, has pulled down the CSA scores. If you've watched these 2-minute warnings for any length of time, you know that these scores have been a subject of controversy for shippers, third parties, and carriers because of concerns about the accuracy of these scores. Now, for those of you who think you're out of the wood, au contraire, you need to understand that it is still important that you monitor and vet your carriers to make sure, especially now that the CSA scores are down, that you're not using a carrier with an unsatisfactory rating. And the reason I bring this up is because in our Shipper Shield program, we have all of that information, along with information regarding that carrier's insurance certificates, financial information, and a wealth of data points that are going to help you understand who you're doing business with. And that's more important than ever before. So go to transact.com, download the Shipper Shield infographic, the predictable surprise infographic, and the on-the-record interview with Gary Shilling, and you'll have a wealth of information. And this information is something we love to provide because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you, we are on your team, we're here to help, and we are really, really passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.